Good morning. In the last session, we talked about the orientation of the essay for, especially for 71st BPSC main examination. We know that the from 68th onwards, the commission is asking essay as a separate paper worth 300 marks, and the essays are divided into three sections. Section 1, 2, 3. Of these, section 3 includes the topics which are basically sayings and proverbs practiced and prevalent in the socio-cultural setup of the state of Bihar. The first two segments, section 1 and 2, they contain four topics each, of which you have to write one each from the two sections in roughly about 7 to 800 words. And the nature of the topics is mixed, in fact. By calling it mixed, what I mean to say is they are related to either certain factual topics or factual aspects of certain things, or sometimes they also have asked few abstract statements. Therefore, you need to be particular for both the things, means the facts are also required. The analytical aspect is also very much important, and abstract topics also need to be covered. In fact, most of the topics which you see, we'll have a look here also. Most of the topics which you have, which we find from 68th, 69th, and 70th, three exams. Now this is going to be 71st exam. So in the last three exams, we have more or less this kind of topics for essay: fact-based, analysis-based, abstract, and then proverbs and saying. Hence, to start with the essay classes from today, especially for the 71st BPSC, I'm repeatedly saying this. The point is that you have to cover all those things which are in the news in recent times, so that you are able to find out the topics which could be asked as a topic for essay. And you also need to have good content. For that, you need to understand certain aspects, maybe social, political, economic, environmental, science and technology, and so far and so on. So, what we are going to discuss today is the social side of India, social aspects in India, which will cover the features of Indian society, the problems and issues and concerns in the Indian society, in order to get good content for the purpose of writing a powerful and emphatic essay. Right? Before I start, let us have a look at the questions which have been asked in the last three exams, and let us find out what are the topics related to the social side or social aspects. This is 68th BPSC. The topics, if you look at, forest creates its own trees, it doesn't wait for the people to throw seeds. Literature is not only a source of knowledge, but also a form of moral and social activity. This is from Art and Culture, we can say. Perform your obligatory duty because action is indeed better than inaction. Good art should illuminate our experience or reveal truths. So these two are related to art and culture. One is related to environment and forest, and another is basically related to rights and duties. Then we are not makers of history, we are made by history. Internet has turned our world into global village. Thought is the base of life. And here we have question number 8. Education seeking change after COVID. This is a topic from social side. What kind of changes do we require post-COVID? One of the changes what we are seeing today is my interaction with you, online system, online education. So this is one major change. And what are other changes which the education system demands after COVID? This is one. This is the section for proverbs and sayings. Now let's come to 69th BPSC. Section 1 says, science and technology are helpful in understanding the mysteries of the universe. Improving the agricultural system can support the rural economy of the nation. This is science and technology. This is economics. Black money economy is the main cause of crime and corruption. The modern communication revolution has revolutionized human awareness of means of communication and technology. So, first section, we have two topics from science and technology and two from economy. Now, let's see section 2, current status of women empowerment. This is society in perspective of political empowerment. So, women issues are important. Need and importance of yoga for spiritual progress and physical and mental development. Then we have again one topic from society, that is advantages and disadvantages of the new education policy 2023. And again we have environmental science or environmental issue and economy put together. Impact of climate change on Indian agriculture and prevention measures. Again, we have the third section from proverbs and sayings that we have to discuss separately. 70th BPSC, importance of India in contemporary global perspective, the international issue. Country development and information technology. Environmental imbalance is the destroyer of creation. Soil conservation and organic farming. Political will and national security. End of corruption and upliftment of the country. Then lax law and order is a hindrance to women empowerment. Again, this is society related to women. World welfare is impossible without spiritual consciousness. The thought provoking, abstract topic. And then again, we have the third segment, that is proverbs and sayings. So, at least one or two topics related to society, related to education or women issues have been asked so far. Education is one of the most important topics for your 71st BPSC mains also. And women issues are very important. That may be women empowerment, that may be feminism, that may be sexual harassment of women at workplaces, that may be female feticide, that may be triple talaq and nikah halala. All such issues and concerns are quite important for the coming mains. Therefore, we have to cover both the social aspects, which will include the features of Indian society and issues and concerns of the Indian society. And then it will be followed by women issues and women concerns, including feminism. Then what we will do in the class, we will make formats of PYQs, and I'll tell you new topics also and how to write essay on that. So for example, two topics on education they have asked, we will make format of that, and new topic related to education may be given, and you may format that so that you are able to practice it. Now, for your benefit or for your assessment, what is included in action plan is that you have to write the essay at home and you can share it with us. I'll evaluate that essay. That also I have already told you in that orientation class, that we have to, you will write the essay, send it to us, share it with us, and I'll evaluate, send it back to you so that you are able to assess your performance time to time, right? So now let's start with social side of the essay, or social aspects of India. Most important feature, if you ask anyone, most important feature of Indian society has been unity in diversity. India is a diverse country. We say kaleidoscopic. We say diverse diversity. It means diversity itself is diverse in India. All forms of diversities you can find. That start from historical, cultural, geographical, political, economic, social, ethical, philosophical, ideological, climatological, different types of diversities we are able to see. Uh, but there is a unity. This is also a fact, and this is the most significant feature of Indian society. Prominently, if you look at the diversity, we have racial, we have ethnic, linguistic, religious, cultural. For the purpose of writing essays, these 5, 6 types of diversities assume significance. Racial diversity, we have different races. Racial diversity, race is biological concept. We have different races like alpine, we have proto-australoid, we have mongoloid, we have Indo-European, which we call Aryans. Different races are present. Then we have different ethnic groups. Ethnicity is kind of feature in a group of people that relates to their specific culture, their specific language, there may be a specific religion, that is ethnic group. So ethnic diversity is also prominent. Then we have different languages. We put all languages and dialects, it goes beyond 1500. Linguistic diversity is also found. Then we have different cultures across the country. So cultural diversity is there. We have different religions. All these diversities make India a multinational nation, which we call. So first of all is diversity in India. Racial. Different races such as alpine, proto-australoid, mongoloid, Indo-European or Aryans. This is different types of races found across the country. Second is ethnic diversity. According to 2011 census, we have over 2000 ethnic groups. Ethnicity is feature of a group of people bound together by common culture, language, religion, etc. Like we have Hindu, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, Jains, Zoroastrians, all these are ethnic groups, plus tribes. Ethnic groups are also found, we can say, in different scheduled tribes. Scheduled tribes, if you understand well and good, otherwise I'll once again refer it. Scheduled tribes are all such tribes that are mentioned in Schedule 1 of the Constitution Scheduled Tribes Order 1950. And altogether, at present, there are 705 scheduled tribes. So we say in ethnic groups, scheduled tribes under Schedule 1 of Constitution, Scheduled Tribe Order 1950. And there are 705 STs at present in the list. All these constitute the ethnic diversity in India. It's a great feature that more than 2,000 ethnic groups are found. That makes India multinational nation, which is a very unique statement that we are multinational nation. The third is linguistic diversity. We have altogether 121 languages spoken. We have 270 mother tongues, and we have 22 scheduled languages under Schedule 8 of the Constitution. If you put all these languages with dialects, that crosses 1,500. According to 2011 census, we have 121 prominent languages spoken across the country, 270 mother tongues, and 22 scheduled languages. So we have enough linguistic diversity in India. Linguistic. 2011 census. 121 languages, 270 mother tongues, and 22 scheduled languages. Under Schedule 8 of the Constitution. There is no national language. There is an official language. Under Article 343 of the Constitution of India, we have official language for the Union, which is Hindi, and script is Devanagari. There is no national language. Why? Because India is not only religiously secular, it is linguistically secular also. And this diversity itself suggests that we have protected the linguistic secularism in our country. This is one of the most unique features of our society. So we say India practices linguistic secularism. That makes Indian secularism different from the West. In the West, you must have read in political science or polity or while reading constitution that the Western countries practice secularism as anti-religious concept. It means it separates religion and state completely. Though complete separation is not possible practically, but as far as possible, they do not interfere with each other. And religion and state or religion and politics are completely separated. That's what the West practices secularism. In India, secularism is a policy of state. It means it is not against religion. It is neither against religion nor pro-religion, nor it is neutral. The state may intervene if someone or some groups tend to become communal. The state will come forward and intervene into and prevent communal tensions or communal tendencies. That's why we say that our secularism is based on religious tolerance principle. It is soft in nature and is against communalism, not against religion. It supports all religions. It gives due respect to all religions. Similarly, it doesn't support any particular language. There is no language of the nation as such. There is no Rashtra Bhasha, what we call. There is a Raj Bhasha word, official language, under Article 343, as I said. It says that the language of the Union shall be Hindi in Devanagari script. Now, states also have their own official languages. So, we have three language formula and controversy recently, but that is not part of our today's discussion. We'll discuss it later on. While talking about culture, we'll discuss issues and concerns, and that will include the controversy over three language formula. Right now, what I'm trying to convey to you is that we give due respect to all languages, all dialects. We give due respect to all mother tongues. And we have included prominent Indian languages, 22 in the 8th schedule of the Constitution, so that you are able to write or speak or convey or communicate in any of those languages. For us, all languages are at equal level. We have level playing field, so we practice linguistic secularism also. This is the another feature of Indian society. Then we have religious diversity. Hinduism, then we have Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism. This we can say these are the original or native religions of India. Two religions are considered to be imported, like Islam and Christianity. Plus, we have different sects. We have Shaivites, Vaishnavites, Lingayats, Shia, Sunni, Hinayan, Mahayan, Vajrayan, Shwetambar, Digambar, Catholic, Protestant. All these are sects. Religious diversities make India religiously tolerant. Give us the idea that the core of India's culture is tolerance. That is the most significant aspect of India's socio-cultural setup, that we are, in our mindset, completely tolerant. Tolerant to what? Tolerant to language, tolerant to religion, tolerant to uh, uh, ethnicity, tolerant to language, tolerant to sects. So we are not only multi-religious, we have different sects in one religion, and we have tolerance towards all of them. So we are truly secular in practice. This is the unique feature of India's diversity. So we have plus various sects. This is religious diversity. And finally, cultural diversity we have, like regional cuisines, North Indian food, South Indian food, various dance forms, musics in different gharanas, festivals. This is the example of cultural diversity. So India is a diverse nation, kaleidoscopic in its nature and form, comprising racial diversity, ethnic diversity, linguistic, religious, and cultural prominently. That makes India multinational. Then What is what are the features that bind this diversity, which we say unity in diversity? Unity in diversity is the most prominent feature. From the beginning, I am telling this. You also know unity in diversity. So the factors that unite diversities in India. First of all, festivals. All festivals are celebrated in different names across the country. That is one. Second, single constitution. India had been politically divided but culturally one since time immemorial. It was there were political divisions in the form of states, princely estates. Today also we have political divisions in the form of states, state governments, regional governments. But socially, culturally, India had remained united, is united today also. So single constitution is. Then we have certain national aspects which we can quote here as factors for uniting the diverse aspects of India. That is national flag, national song, an anthem, and we have national monuments, national signs, we can say animals, flower, all such. Flower, river also. Everywhere we have this word, national. This unites India. So these are the factors that have united India so far, and it would unite further and make India integrated. These are the factors for unity and integrity of the nation as such. Okay. Then, second feature of Indian society is caste-based stratification. Every society is stratified on certain basis. If you compare Western and Indian societies in terms of stratification, Western societies are stratified on income status. Indian society is caste based. In other words, we say that Western societies are class based while Indian society is caste based. Now, what does this mean, class based? A, B, C, D. Suppose these are in the West. This is income based stratification. Lowest income, low, middle, high. Suppose this is the condition. Now, the advantage is that the A may become D after certain time. D may come down to B may come down to A may go to C may go to D. It means there is always a possibility of vertical mobility of any of the groups placed anywhere in the stratification. This is the advantage of social stratification based on income, which we find in Western societies. On the other hand, if you look at India, the so-called upper caste, and all are lower castes. This may be considered lowest, and caste is determined, let's say India, caste based. What is caste? Caste is determined on the basis of birth. Therefore, caste cannot change. Second, caste is a group of people having special features, and members are members share a common occupation. Determined by birth, group of people having special features, local. Special means local, local features, and is engaged in a particular profession or occupation. This is caste. Since it is determined by birth, hence it cannot change. It means a caste which is placed in the at the lower strata cannot move up or down. So there is no vertical mobility. What we see here, there is no vertical mobility here. It can horizontally become mobile. This is the most dangerous thing. If you have casteism, there may be caste-based clashes among all those. Now, what is the advantage of this kind of hierarchy? The advantage is that since every caste is engaged in its particular occupation and profession, so that leads to division of labor in the society. Sociologist Emile Durkheim says that division of labor will yield contractual solidarity in the society. The society becomes solidified on the basis of contracts. This is the advantage if you have a caste-based system, but the caste-based system has the disadvantage, biggest disadvantage, in the form of taking undue advantage of your caste, creating trouble for others, which we say casteism. So there are two faces of the same coin. One face is what? Caste-based stratification may lead to division of labor because of the occupation, particular occupation, and division of labor may lead to contractual solidarity. This is one. This is positive. Positive aspect. What is negative aspect? Undue advantage of one's own caste that will lead to caste-based discriminations that will lead to caste conflicts. This is dangerous thing. So caste has two faces, positive and negative. Once it is related to ism means if you have this idea of taking undue advantage of your own caste, then you are suffering from this ism, that is casteism, and that will lead to discrimination. You will feel that no, I am placed at higher level in the social stratification. You say caste D will feel that I am at the highest level of the society and A is at the lowest level. So A cannot sit with me. That is the caste based hierarchy or social hierarchy, we say this. We say this social hierarchy. This is very dangerous. Why? Because that will lead to caste based discriminations. And discrimination means denial of natural justice. Denial of natural justice. This is the danger of casteism. This is one aspect of this is also a feature what we can say of Indian society. Problem also a feature. Third is family and kinship. In India, we had the concept of joint families. In recent times, we have made it nuclear also, and we have made it extended also. Joint families and nuclear and extended families, all these three. Then we have another feature is rural urban character. India is both rural and urban. Our 56% roughly population live in rural areas. And we have, obviously, we have grown very fast so far as urbanization is concerned. From 1951 till 1991, the rate of urbanization was roughly around 12%. But from 1991 till date, the rate is around 25%. So we have grown very fast so far as the rate of urbanization is concerned. But yet, bulk of the population or a larger chunk of the population still depends upon the agriculture, and that's why they live in rural areas. So we have a combination of rural urban character. This is one feature. If you extend this concept, you will come to a conclusion that we have a mix of modernity and tradition. We are sometimes very orthodox, and we are at other times we are absolutely modern. So another feature is mix of traditions and modernity. Mix of rural and urban character and mix of tradition and modernity. We have different types of families. We are caste based. Then we have diversities. These are some of the features what we can say in Indian society. Coming to the issues and concerns, let's talk about first in the social side. What are the issues and concerns? First of all, discrimination. What does this mean? Prejudiced behavior is discrimination. And we have grounds: caste, race, sex, religion, place of birth, then we have residence, then we have language, then we have class. All these are the grounds what we can find in our constitution. Caste, race, sex, religion, place of birth. These five under Article 15.1, residence in 16.1, language in 29.2, class is 23.2. So if you want to quote certain facts, we can quote this, that we have, these are the prominent grounds on which we find discrimination in the social side, and that is a major problem in India's social aspect. Then we have, look at discrimination on the ground of sex. It's a separate issue called gender inequality. This is due to gender insensitization, means lack of sensitivity towards the rights of men and women. We can discuss this in details when we talk about women issues. That is there. Third is communalism. Though we are religiously tolerant in theory, on many occasions we find communal tendencies grow because of religion. Sometimes we have sectarian violence also, sex. Sometimes we have language. So we find communal tendencies growing fast. Then we have population pressure in on the society, which is very dangerous. Why? Population pressure. Cause is what? Inadequate human resource management. We have not been able to manage our human resource so far, which has created pressure because of the population. Population may be asset if if it is transformed into active human resource. To understand this, we can make a sketch here. When we say population, this is inactive human resource. You give it education, health. Then you have human resource that is active. When you add a skill, it turns to be human capital. Now this is ready for use in productive processes, and this will lead to higher rates of growth. Then population will not be a pressure or danger if you have managed this. Otherwise, there is a severe pressure of the population. And one more feature is here, or issue, that is generation gap. both inter and intra generation. And one such factor is, the reason is rapidly changing attitudes due to, or we can say primarily due to, technological advancement. So we have intra-generational generation gap also, apart from intergenerational gap. This is the this is the these are the issues and concerns in Indian society. Once again, discrimination on the basis of such and such. If you want to quote facts, you can quote here that these 5 grounds are mentioned in Article 15, Clause 1. When you say residence is mentioned in 16, Clause 1, then we have 29 to 23 to like this. So, number of grounds are there prevalent in Indian society which leads to prejudiced behavior against something, and that is because of caste-based stratification. That is because of looking at the social hierarchy, we have this kind of thing. Second, we have gender inequality, that we do not have gender sensitization. We are not sensitive to each other's rights of men and women. That is one. Then we have communalism, communal tensions. Despite the fact that we practice soft secularism, this is a major challenge which we find off and on. Then population pressure, as I said, because of this lack of this design, we can say, we have not transformed our population into human capital so far in adequate terms, and that has created, or that has made population put pressure on our society, on our economy, on our attitudes. This is the issue. Otherwise, Indian population, if it had been transformed into human capital, that would have become an asset for India. Why this is so? Because around 66% of the population of India is youth, and the mean age is 28.5 years. This is another unique feature, that almost 66% of the total population of say 140 crores have the minimum mean age of 28.5 years. In that sense, India must have been a superpower, but unfortunately it is not. Though we have become the third largest economy on purchasing power parity, but yet our society is not developed like developed nations. And one of the prime reasons is that we have not been able to transform our population into human capital, and we have not been able to realize or make them realize their potential. We have not been able to utilize that potential of the youth in our productive processes. This is what the social issues and concerns are in Indian society. Right? In the next class, we will discuss some other issues and concerns that will include economic, political, and governance related, educational, and then some of the emerging issues. And then following this, we'll have formats of 2 PYQs related to education. And then I'll give you one new topic, which I will also tell you how to write and what will be the answer format of that. The contents we are, I'm trying to give you the content also, so that you will be able to write good essays. In next class, we'll discuss some more issues and concerns, and then we'll format PYQs and we'll format new topics also, right? Women issues we will discuss separately. As I said, gender inequality, we will have a detailed discussions on that, because women issues are separate topics uh, uh, for essays, and almost every year they ask at least one topic from women empowerment or something related to women empowerment. So that we'll discuss in details separately, right? Okay, thank you very much.